Welcome to Age Friendly Cleveland. My name is Mary McNamara, and I'm the director of the Cleveland Department of Aging. Across our country, we have what we call an aging network of services because no one division of government, agency, hospital system, or faith-based group provides all the services an older adult might need to age successfully. As examples, some older adults may need transportation or in-home health care, modifications to the home, or resources for staying engaged after retirement. It is our hope with this Age Friendly Cleveland series that you might learn more about the resources right here in Cleveland. This next segment is about one of the trusted agencies we work closely with every day to make Cleveland an age-friendly city.
Welcome to Age Friendly Cleveland. I'm Dan Monroe. You know, PCs, internet, it's something we all take for granted. They're in everyone's houses. We should remember that there are people who simply don't have the computers. Maybe they can't afford them for whatever reason. Well, my guest today can change all that. His name is Brian Mock. He is the Executive Director of PCs for People Ohio. Brian, welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
What is PCs for People?
Yeah, so PCs for People is a nonprofit social enterprise. We're actually nationally based out of St. Paul, Minnesota. Just started here in Cleveland, Ohio about a year and a half ago. And our mission is to get the individuals across Cleveland and Ohio connected digitally, right?
A year and a half ago, so starting off very basic, how did you get your name out to people who needed you?
Yeah. So what we do is we provide, refurbished computers, internet, and then digital literacy classes. And we first started getting our word off with corporations. So all the computers that we have been donated by corporations when they're at their end of life, but they're still in great shape, as you can see, with lots of life in them. And we refurbish them and then distribute them out to low-income individuals. And so the way we've been primarily getting our word out this last year has been through community centers. We have a wonderful partnership with CMHA, with the Department of Aging, and getting it out to all the residents of Cleveland. Actually, about 1 in 5 households in Cleveland actually do not have a computer or internet at home, which is amazing when you think about today's world and how much is online. It's all about getting people connected and plugged in, both socially and economically.
Where are you located at?
So we're on 31st and St. Clair. The address is 3126 St. Clair, right off the #1 bus line, and right next to Slyman's Corned Beef.
Of course. Yeah, we all know Slyman's.
Neighborhood institution.
I'm shocked that 1 in 5 don't have computers. How do you reach out to them? How do you get them these computers? How do you connect with them?
Yeah, well, of course, it's not through email, unfortunately. No, it's a lot of word of mouth. About a third to half the people that come in our store every day are word of mouth. So really, and that's actually one of our big challenges, right? So the way we provide stuff is a social enterprise. So things have a very nominal fee. So our desktops start at $30 and our laptops start at $50. And one of the biggest challenges we have to getting the word out is people think it's a scam. When you hear $30 desktop, you're thinking, it's got to be too old, too crappy, it could be stolen.
Yeah.
No, this is all legitimate. We have very rigorous standards on all of our stuff. I've personally actually used each one of our computers, each grade, to run the business for about a month each, and they all work perfectly fine. So that's one of the biggest challenges is getting that word out, and that word of mouth of somebody actually saying that this is a legitimate thing, this is a great product, has been our biggest success.
What are the eligibility requirements to get a laptop, to get a computer, to get internet?
Yeah, so of course, because of our programs, we get discounted Microsoft software, but we also get discounted internet access through Sprint. So anybody who receives services from us has to be under 200% of the federal poverty line. So really what that boils down to is if folks are on basically any government assistance program, like food stamps, federal free lunch programs, Medicaid, and a bunch of other programs, they're eligible to receive us. And what they do is they can bring that award letter. So unfortunately, the food stamp card won't work. We need something with a name and a date on it, and the food stamp card doesn't have a date. So we need the food stamp award letter. If they're in public housing, their rent statement will work, those types of things.
Now, if someone was able to get a computer, is there any kind of software on there to help get them started?
Yes, of course. Yeah, so all of our computers come with Microsoft Windows 10 on them. And then the top tier, so we have 3 tiers, good, better, and best. The good desktops start at $30, better 50, and the best ones are $100. Similarly with laptops, the good ones are 50, 100, and 150. And then the top tier on both of them come with Microsoft Office on them.
Does anyone, do they need to have any kind of technical background or know how to use computers?
No, actually about 60% of the people that we served last year, and that was about 9,000 individuals, for about 60% of those households, they did not have a computer at home. This is their very first computer ever. About 80% didn't have one at that current time. So beginners are very welcome, and we actually have classes in our building provided by Goodwill that are free. So whether or not you have a computer from us, you're welcome to come on in and learn. They do classes on basic digital literacy, Microsoft Office, and then if you're interested in a career, they do A+ and C+ training, which are like workforce credentials in technology. Programming and hardware, gizmology, I believe, is a technical term.
I tried C+ programming. I wasn't that good, so I went into television. So with these classes, though, you mentioned digital literacy. What is digital literacy? What do they learn from that?
Yeah, so digital literacy is just knowing your way around, right? And it's not a binary thing. Let's use a digital joke there, right? It's not necessarily you're all of a sudden literate. It's much like reading literacy, right? There's different levels of it, and it's kind of a spectrum of abilities. But it's it includes being able to turn on a computer, navigate the internet, know how to use Google, safe interneting, right? And making sure you're not getting scammed and giving your information away, to being able to fix things when they go wrong and avoid viruses.
How to send an email, maybe even how to launch Word and type a letter.
Mm-hmm, yeah, okay. Use Microsoft PowerPoint, all of that fun stuff.
What would you say to someone who is could use your program, but they're a little bit leery about computers, don't even think they can jump into that? What would you tell them?
Yeah, so I think there's certainly lots of anxiety, right? And people, I think one of the biggest concerns is that people are concerned they're going to break them, right? So when you have a $300, $400, $500 machine, that's a real concern. I mean, $500 is a huge investment. Mm-hmm. So one thing is that bringing down that cost to acquire it, right? $30 is still a big deal, but it also comes with 3 free repairs over the course of the year and a 1-year warranty. So short of people dropping it in a bathtub or dropping it down the stairs, if you get a virus, you can bring it on in. We'll clean it up for you 3 times. Also, if we have viruses 3 times in a year, we're going to encourage you to take some digital literacy classes and go upstream.
It's all about building that confidence.
Right, yeah, and that's what it's all about, right? And we have computer labs where people can have one-on-one tutoring with people. We have the classroom type and setting, and it's really try to meet people where they're at with their digital skills.
You have, I know you have different clients ranging from high school kids all the way up to senior citizens. Yeah. Talk about the seniors. How many seniors are in need of this program? Oh, sure, yeah, and like I said, about the huge populations, about 1 in 5 households, and that's concentrated largely in the senior citizens as well as some of the younger school kids. But yeah, so senior citizens are very common, and it's one to stay connected, but two, whether it's signing up for your benefits, but also just socially, right? A lot of folks that come in, they get their computer and they're excited to get on Facebook and see grandchildren, right, and stay connected with their family, especially as folks that are long distance, right? This is a wonderful way to be engaged, to stay connected to your family, your friends, and just to be connected, right? And for the younger kids, the high school, the college, it can help them also just to succeed. Oh, of course, yeah, and it's just amazing, right? I mean, trying to do homework at home without a computer, right, is such a huge challenge. And that access at the home, I mean, you think about trying to do research, right? There's a family that had to walk almost a mile, right, to get to a library. They're with their grandma, that's taking care of them, and they're hoping that there's enough seats in the computer lab to be able to get a seat and that it's working, right? And then they have to finish before the library closes. Being able to work at your own house, at your own time, keep your paperwork out, and day by day, it's a huge advantage and a huge disadvantage not to have one at home academically. Well, this is a really great program, but how can people reach out to you? How can they get connected with you? Yeah, of course. PCs for People. Yeah, so we're available online. If you can get to a lab, you can come PCsforPeople.com and get tons more information. Thanks for watching Age Friendly Cleveland on TV 20. I'm Dan Monroe. We'll see you next time.